Good evening, this is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jared Horak with your video feature race of the week. This week's feature race for Saturday, July 16th is going to be the 8th race from Colonial Downs, the Grade 2 Virginia Derby. 3-year-olds, and they're going to be traveling 10 furlongs on the turf course. Let's meet the field. We have a 12-horse field in this one. Doesn't seem to be a ton of pace. A street game may end up going out and setting the pace in here. He comes off 3 straight easy victories. He's a New York bred. I don't know if he wants to quite go 10 furlongs, but if he can get out there and set a slower pace, he could be tough to catch. He's 4-to-1 morning line. Some other contenders to look for in here. Air Support from coming off the pace. He has 2 Grade 3 turf wins. He was beaten by Street Game and Today's Favorite Band in his last couple, but he will be coming from off the pace. 6-to-1 might not offer a lot of value, but he can be used underneath for sure. Casino Host is a long shot to look at in this one. He was 5th last time out in the Hill Prince, but that was on yielding ground at 1 mile. I think he wants to go longer than this because all of his other races were solid. He finished in the top 2. He does have some solid numbers as well. A 20-to-1 morning line coming from off the pace. I think you can use this one underneath, and I am going to use this one in a trifecta strategy that I'll list later on. As I mentioned, Band is your morning line favorite. 4 for 6 on the turf, 2 graded wins. He has a versatile running style, not a lot of weakness there. He's a solid favorite, but at 5-to-2 may not offer a lot of value. A Crimson China, 2 for 2 on the turf. He was briefly on the Kentucky Derby trail. He ended up finishing off the board in the Bluegrass, and then he wasn't able to qualify for the Kentucky Derby. Julian Leparoux, Graham Motion, and Team Valor, same connections, Motion and Valor. Team Valor as your Kentucky Derby winner, Animal Kingdom. This one likes to do his best running in the late going. I've always been fond of him. 5-to-1 morning line. He may go up a little more than that. Another one to look at, King Congie. He's crossed the line first in all 3 of his turf starts, but he was disqualified in the Hollandale Beach, so he was taken down in that one, but he did cross the line first in each of those races. He was 3rd in the Bluegrass. He finished up the track in the Preakness Stakes. He's 8-to-1 morning line. I don't know if that morning line is going to hold up, but obviously moving back to the turf, he's definitely one that you can use. Now in this race, this is how I'm going to suggest playing it. We're going to make 2 50-cent trifectas. They have 50-cent trifectas at Colonial Downs. We're going to have 2 50-cent trifecta strategies, and then a small win bet. Now my small win bet is going to go on Crimson China. It's going to be a $10 win bet. I've always liked this horse, as I mentioned. I've been following him since he came over to this country last year, and I just think he's very good on the turf. He has good connections, and he could be this good, and I think he could go a little higher than his 5-to-1 morning line. So we're going to make a $10 win bet on Crimson China, and this is how I suggest playing the 2 trifectas. 2 50-cent trifectas. The first 50-cent trifecta, we're going to put Street Game, Casino Host, Crimson China, and King Congie on top. We're going to put the favorite Band in second, because he does look solid in this spot. Then we're going to use all in the 3rd spot. That 50-cent trifecta will cost $20. My second 50-cent trifecta, we're going to put Street Game, Band, Crimson China, and King Congie on top. We're going to use all in the 2nd position, and we're going to use my 20-to-1 long shot Casino Host in the 3rd spot. And that 50-cent trifecta will also cost $20 for a total wager of $50, the $10 win bet, and the 2 $20 trifectas. And that'll wrap up this week's video race of the week. This is HorseRacingNation.com handicapper Jared Horak. Good luck at the races.